Hi, I welcome you all on my channel, An Evolving Mind of Compliance. It's been a very long that I have not shooted the video, but I thought that now it is very imperative to shoot a video on a very crucial aspect of financial crime compliance. See, we all have been speaking about ongoing due diligence. So there are two broader methodologies to conduct the ongoing due diligence. As per the regulatory guideline, this ongoing due diligence part is the heart of compliance and concentrated in the financial crime compliance department. The one is transaction monitoring, and the second is periodic reviews. Periodic reviews is also a very important aspect if we look at from the risk-based approach perspective. So this is the part of an ongoing due diligence in a broader view. So what we do in the periodic review? I give you a simple difference. The people have the confusion in the mind about ECDD. So there are two aspects to it in periodic review. Sorry, not in periodic review. One is ECDD, which we do it at the periodic review at a particular interval we do, which is called enhanced. Hi, I welcome you all on my channel, An Evolving Mind of Compliance. It's been a very long that I have not shooted the video, but I thought that now it is very imperative to shoot a video on a very crucial aspect of financial crime compliance. See, we all have been speaking about ongoing due diligence. So there are two broader methodologies to conduct the ongoing due diligence. As per the regulatory guideline, this ongoing due diligence part is the heart of compliance and concentrated in the financial crime compliance department. The one is transaction monitoring, and the second is periodic reviews. Periodic reviews is also a very important aspect if we look at from the risk-based approach perspective. So this is the part of an ongoing due diligence in a broader view. So what we do in the periodic review? I give you a simple difference. The people have the confusion in the mind about ECDD. So there are two aspects to it in periodic review. Sorry, not in periodic review. One is ECDD, which we do it at the periodic review at a particular interval we do, which is called enhanced customer due diligence. It is called customer due diligence. Customer due diligence means we look at the customer, its profile, its business activities, and its transaction. Are they in line with the stated activities, with the stated counterparties, the corridor, geography, jurisdictions, and all those things. So we take a very holistic view in this periodic review. Therefore, it is called a enhanced customer due diligence. And it is that if you have multiple accounts of a customer in a multiple currency, we put together in a one basket and we take a holistic and a total view, 360-degree view around that particular customer. So that is one aspect. Secondly, we get confused when we have a high risk uh, transaction. That is called EDDT, Enhanced Due Diligence of Transaction, which is different from ECDD. ECDD is a generic word, means for any high risk customer, you have to have an enhanced due diligence. For example, you are driving on a road, the road has got a higher limit of 100 and 140 or 150 kilometer per hour, then definitely there would be a more control. The driver has to be more vigilant, they have to be more looking around the lanes, they would be more using indicator lights and etc. So this is kind of an enhanced due diligence they are doing while driving in a very high speed road. Similarly, in a high risk customer in the financial sector, which we have arrived at by factoring in so many things: their jurisdiction, their domicile, their corridor, their type of payment, their interaction with the financial institution. So we arrive at a particular score. So those high risk customers are subject to the enhanced due diligence. So when we are doing it for the entire customer at a particular periodic level, that is called ECDD. But when there is a particular transaction, let's say, which we feel it is in a high risk, maybe coming or going to a high risk country, as per the FATF or as per other know your country guidelines. If it is the commodity involved, maybe dual use good or something, some other thing. It could be because of the UBO involved in the transaction, maybe of a domiciled in some different jurisdiction of a high risk nature. So there could be multiple factors, and particularly if it is a cross border payment, so they are subject to rules and regulations. So this all put together makes the transaction high risk, but it shouldn't be confused with the ECDD. It is EDDT, Enhanced Customer Due Diligence of Transaction. So here we take that particular transaction and we take a 360-degree view. We take the, let's say, the counterparty view. We already have the database for our customer. We take the counterparty view. We take the transactions. We screen them all, and there are three broader ways to check in the financial crime compliance. The three broader ways. First, we have to check from the sanctions perspective. Second, we have to check from the AML perspective. Third, we have to check from CPF, counter proliferation perspective. These are the three broader categories from which we have to do the enhanced due diligence of the transaction. So we must not confuse with ECDD with EDD. The third type of enhanced due diligence comes when there is a trigger event. At this juncture, maybe a change in ultimate beneficial owner of the company, change in the name of the company, there is a change in the signatory of the company, the constitution of the company has been changed, or there is some adverse media around the company and all those things. It falls just little short of ECDD. You cannot call it, you need not to go for the entire ECDD, then again the entire gamut of affairs has to be done. No, not at all. That's not a correct approach. The trigger event, these are called the trigger event. The trigger event enhanced due diligence will be subject to the trigger event which has triggered in the nature. Our due diligence, our enhanced due diligence will be around that particular aspect. We already have the periodic review. We are already doing the enhanced due diligence of the transactions. Third thing is the trigger event. The trigger event should be concentrated around the aspect which has led to the trigger. It should not be broader, it should not be detailed or deep dive. It should be deep dive only to the aspect where the trigger is. Let's say, for example, adverse media. So adverse media is, we will look into the reason for the adverse media, what kind of things have happened and all those things. We will have a review around the customers, little bit around customer transaction in a particular time period and all those things. Similarly, if there is a name change, we will have screening of the name, why the name has changed. You will search the Google, Dow Jones, or equity, or World Check, whatsoever. So, like this way, you need not to go with the. You have to see that whether the profile is commensurate with the transaction and all those. You need not to go into that detail. So there are three. So the EDD or ECDD or EDD or trigger event EDD, these are all the generic name. Means for any high risk thing in nature, we have to have an enhanced due diligence. So it could be a periodic review, which is like it, the frequency depends upon institution to institutions. Similarly, the enhanced due diligence of the transaction, and third is enhanced due diligence during the trigger event. So and it is all, see, the periodic review part, which have to where we are doing the comprehensive review of the customer due diligence. That is a part of the ongoing due diligence, which falls under the purview of the Financial Crime Compliance Department. It must not be with the business units at all. It must not be with the business units at all, because as per the regulatory guidelines, it is to be with the Financial Crime Department, Financial Crime Compliance Department. With there should be a separate set of people, like we have a transaction monitoring. So the ongoing due diligence consists of uh, transaction monitoring and periodic review. And this is the heart of compliance. If you want to thwart any risk coming to the organization, your these two parameters, the transaction monitoring and the periodic review, the detailed review of the customer at a periodicity, have to have been robust, have to be very, very thorough with it. Then you will be able to stop any risk coming to your organization in terms of financial crime. Then there is an, as I've spoken, EDT and the EDD for the trigger event. Those are two different. That could be handled even uh, at the business line unit level, and in case it is not being handled, then this could be escalated to the second level, which is financial crime compliance department. So in nutshell, there is a separate segregation of duties for ongoing due diligence, periodic review plus transaction monitoring, and there is separate EDT and EDD for the trigger events. So these are simple debates. So you must not confuse ECDD with EDT. There are generally in organization what happens, do ECDD. Do ECDD of a particular transaction. That should be called as EDDT, not ECDD. ECDD is part of ongoing due diligence when you are doing the detailed due diligence at a particular periodic level. And similarly, trigger event. Trigger event is also not the comprehensive review. It is only concentrated around that particular trigger what has led you to conduct the enhanced due diligence. So I hope I am able to put across the point, but you must be very much aware of the regulatory guidelines. The regulatory guidelines are very much clear, concise in nature, that this ECDD exercises or the enhanced due diligence comprehensive review on a periodic level should lie, plus the transaction monitoring should lie with the financial crime compliance department of any financial institution. It must not be mingled with the first line of defense or with the business units. So I hope I put across my point in a very candid manner, and I am sure my video would be very helpful for all the people, those who are interested to learn on the financial crime compliance aspect. And I should be shooting more and more video to bring the more knowledge, to bring the more content, relevant content to my audience. With this, I thank each and every one of you, and I request each and everyone to please subscribe, comment, and share this video for the benefit of all. Thank you very much.